Hey y'all, it's August the 29th, 2016. And as we've been discussing recently, and we will continue to do so,
Our focus again is on narcissism. Alright, we're getting down to the real nitty gritty, trying to mash out all the details of narcissism so that we might be able to stamp it out of our lives, hopefully. It's bad. It's bad for us. Alright, so the thing is, what I want to continue to stress is that this is a critical factor, an absolutely critical factor, and also what we cover on the channel, the tribulation, which is described in the Bible. Right? Now, I mean, I'm sure we could talk about this for hours and hours if we wanted to. Right? But, just to keep it simple. Right? There's a few ways that you could describe the tribulation. And one of the most simplest ways would be a purification. A purification that's taking place. And you may as well just consider this a purification away from narcissism. Narcissists, right? And it's not really to say much about the original Greek or Roman character that was named after. We're talking about a person that's easily found currently today, all over the place. And as we've been discussing, there seems to be a gap that happens. When it comes to narcissism, we can agree that there was abuse that took place on a child that's developed a narcissist child who never grows up out of their emotionally childhood state. And they grow up to be a narcissist. So the only way that this is really possible is if in their brain occurs a gap between what is actually reality and what is just something that's made up in their head. Right? A way to protect themselves. Right? It's dysfunctional, the narcissism, because it slowly and surely creates a completely different world in their head. A world where power and fear and accusations and things rule the day. Right, so that would be full-blown narcissist, but like I said, it's a tribulation, it's a process, it's a purification. Alright, some people out there only have narcissistic tendencies. In fact, we might as well say everybody. Everybody has a little tiny bit, at least, of a narcissism in their body, basically. And there's a purification taking place globally as far as relieving narcissism out of society, period, all the way. But the thing is it's going to reach into everybody. It's going to affect everybody. Like I said, we all have that kind of. Most of us aren't full-blown out narcissists, straight up and down retards, right? Communists, usually. It's always a common thing, right? Socialists, communists, elitists, eugenicists, you know what I'm saying? Narcissists, right? These are all different flavors of the same brand, alright? Alright, so we're going to have to purify ourselves from the inside out. At the same time, we're all doing it at the same time. Some people are well behind other people because other people have grasped onto reality about as hard as they can like a pit bull, and they've done so for decades already. So there's going to be other people that are farther behind. Realizing what reality is. Realizing that it's not virtuous to be a victim your whole life. Right? And therefore, you can do whatever you want in public and to whoever you know. And tear apart their lives. That's not acceptable. Alright? So while we're looking inside of ourselves, while I'm looking inside of myself, you're out there looking inside of yourself, trying to relieve yourself and myself of the narcissism inside of us. Alright? There's certain people who are going to come to the light of the truth, and they'll realize after a while that is Jesus. It's the same thing, alright? And there is only one God, and you gotta follow him. You gotta know his doctrine first of all, but then you gotta have faith in him. You gotta have as much faith as you possibly can have. Some people, like we were discussing, and these are really, they become a very serious problem in a lot of our lives, is complete full-blown out narcissists. You cannot talk to them. They'll never hear a voice of reason. They'll grasp onto any shred of logic that can make certain that they can be a perpetual victim their whole lives. And they'll make their stance for victimhood, and they'll do their little rallies and have their posters and stuff. And they'll want to give away everybody's rights so quick that it'll make your head spin real quick, real quick. Because a lot of these narcissists, full-blown out narcissists, what they do is they look inside themselves, right? They realize it's real ugly. It's so ugly. In fact, it's the ugliest thing on earth. It really is. And so they see how ugly it is, and they turn around and they think, well, everybody else must be just as ugly inside of them. Right? They must be just like me. And actually, no, that's not the case. That's why everybody around you is now on the internet trying to figure out what is wrong, what's going on here, and they're finding out that it's called narcissism. And there's a lot of education going out on the internet right now, and that's pretty dang good. I like that. Anyways, I want to give y'all an example because this is probably the reason why we're following the election, why we've been following the election for a while now. It's because the things that Donald Trump says, now you can, if you want to pretend like Donald Trump is not the person saying them, if you want to, because I realize a lot of people don't like Donald Trump, and I feel you. I understand why you don't, alright? But the things that he said are so just steadfast in reality, and they're also very, very incriminating against Hillary Clinton. In fact, they are damning. The things that Donald Trump has said have been absolutely damning to Hillary Clinton. And the reason is because she is a criminal. She has a criminal intent. She is a criminal. She's always been a criminal. Always been a narcissist. I always looked inside herself, saw something real ugly, turned around and thought, well, everybody else must be so ugly just like me. That's a Hillary Clinton. She's always been doing crimes. Since back in the Nixon days, she's always been doing crimes. People know about her. Alright, so Donald Trump has said these things about her in which no public figure as big as Donald Trump's ever dared to say about no Hillary Clinton. Now, people are coming up dead, alright? A lot of people are coming up fired about this. Now, you cannot ignore reality forever without causing a gap in your brain, and then that will make your brain a narcissist brain with a gap in it. Right? And it's a vicious cycle, and it'll only continue to get worse. So what we have to do is, at the very least, see, I don't know what Donald Trump's up to. I don't know, but I do know what he said. He said a lot of stuff. He said a lot of hot fire. Alright, so we've seen what full-blown out narcissists will do.
Trump! Fuck Trump! Do you have anything reasonable to say? You're holding... Fuck Trump! Fuck Trump! Fuck Trump! Fuck Trump! Fuck Trump! Let's go ahead! Fuck Trump! Fuck Trump! Oh, they're mongrels. They're animals.
In reaction to somebody telling them the truth. That right there was what y'all would call an African-American lady interviewing this old narcissist, crazy, whacked out, dopehead old man.
They're cursing in front of a little child.
InfoWars sucks! Why would you ask me if all lives matter? Huh?
Bernie Sanders fan, LGBT all the way. And who's going to deny that crowd was full of, you could get down at the link and check out the whole video if you want. Who's going to deny that whole crowd was not full of demons? Straight up and down demons. I'm talking about biblical from the Bible demons. Straight up. It doesn't get more complicated than that. It's actually just demons. And those demons keep forcing them to dive further into the narcissism, dive further into the abyss. Alright, you can see the demons coming up out of their faces.
What a question!
You don't believe all lives matter?
I believe Black Lives Matter.
And no other lives, so get rid of you because you're not black?
Oh, quit your stupid questions.
It is very negative. It will only pull you down as it's drowning as well. You have those type of people in there. You have this reporter over here. He just got fired. I forget what his name is. There's going to be a link at the bottom, but this reporter right here from, I think he was working for the Huffington Post, or the Washington Post or something like that. He even just mentioned that Hillary Clinton might be suffering health problems because it really looks like she is. It really looks like the Lord is just wringing her out right now. It really does look like that. He just even mentioned that he got fired, alright? And then it dawned on him, you know what, I was all for the DNC and stuff, you know what, I thought Hillary and Bernie for life and stuff, and then guess what? Don't you question nothing, not even Hillary's health, because you'll get fired. You'll get fired real quick. In fact, also not even you, but everybody. Dr. Drew, see, here's the thing about it. Dr. Drew isn't my go-to doctor at all. But I can acknowledge that if you watch television, you know who Dr. Drew is. You've been known who Dr. Drew is. Guess what? He just got fired. Why? Because he said something about Hillary's health that didn't look so good to him. He's a doctor. He's y'all's doctor. In TV land, he's y'all's doctor. He got fired. People getting fired up in here. You cannot deny reality forever, because it'll cause a gap. And, I couldn't deny reality ever, because if I did, it would cause a gap in my brain. And then that gap would cause me to be a narcissist, and I'd basically implode on myself. I'd be like a spiritual vacuum. Anyways, man, see, that's what the tribulation is, basically, in a nutshell. Alright, and there's many other different ways to describe it. Basically, shit is bad, and it's gonna get worse. But you and me, we're gonna try not to get sucked into the spiritual vacuum that is narcissism. So I'm gonna holler at y'all. It's August the 29th. 2016.
They're cursing in front of a little child.
InfoWars sucks! Why would you ask me if all lives matter?